but I'm not that buff. What's up guys, my name is Jackie and today I have to ask you to ignore a few things in this video. I just did a hugging my dog for too long video and he scratched my chest, and also I'm covered in fur because I did hug my dogs for a very long time in a black lace top. So what can you do? If you want to see that video, it'll be up on my vlog channel right over there. If you didn't know I had a vlog channel, I have a vlog channel where I do a bunch of random shit. It's like my virtual brain dump, video dump. Just take a big dump. We are not here to discuss any dumps. We're here to discuss my favorite freaking foundations at the moment at the drugstore. I do have an older video of my top 5 favorite foundations from the drugstore, but that has since changed and I am in love. The drugstore has been killing it with foundation. We're not in the usual setup with Gertrude today because this is now where my makeup is instead of sprawled on the floor over there. So let's grab that and go. You'll see this in my organizing my makeup and setting up my room, but this is a box of foundation. I've tried to curate it and make sure every foundation I have fits in here. Everything else needs to go. That's just me explaining. I'm going to be grabbing from down there. My number 1 absolute favorite foundation from the drugstore. Holy grail level, like this may as well just be Jesus. Don't get offended. This is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation, and I have it in the shade LN3, which is just light neutral 3. It's very, very low. I do have to buy another one. I've said this multiple times that I need to buy another one, but I have yet to go to Ulta. I've been using some other ones, which you'll see, they're also my favorites. This is my absolute favorite because of the way it wears on your face. It's just very, very nice. It's very natural looking. I know a lot of people have raved about it, but I particularly love this. Keep in mind, if you're going to like something a lot more full coverage for the daily, we may not match based on foundation. This has a lot to do with your skin. So I am a little bit combination, or a little oily in the T-zone, definitely get clogged up in the pores right over here around the nose and under the eyes, and then a little bit drier here. I have a little bit of KP on the bottoms of the cheeks. So very odd, I know. So just keep that in mind. I really like lightweight foundations. This is an extremely lightweight one that works great for it every day. I do find that some lightweight ones will break up on the face, and I don't like that. I don't want to have little oil breakage right here, especially when I do get oily. As I mentioned, sometimes I get oily in this area. Most of the times I'll have the breakage around the nose or the chin area. With this, there is none of that. It just fades throughout the day, which is absolutely amazing and beautiful and wears it really nicely. I also really like that they give you the undertone of the foundation, like the LN3, which is the light neutral 3 as opposed to light cool 3 or light warm 3. It also took me a really long time to figure out I was neutral because I just assumed I was yellow because I'm Asian. That is my absolute favorite. The way it wears is just beautiful. It's got like a satiny finish where it looks really natural, but you still have coverage, just a touch of coverage. The first time I used it, all of the foundation just got sucked up into a sponge, and I was really mad at it at first. I was like, what is this? What is this garbage? But I've since learned that it is actually the best thing I've ever put on my face, and it makes me so happy to put on foundation. My second favorite is from Loreal. This is the Loreal Infallible Foundation, the fresh wear up to 24-hour wear. I have it in 2 shades here because one's like my summer shade and one's my winter shade, and then I'll mix it whenever I need to. The shades I have are 430 and 455, so those are 2 very different shades, as you can tell. So I just go ahead and mix them in. The name of the shades is Ivory Buff and then Natural Buff, but I'm not that buff. So for this foundation, it's very similar to the Physicians Formula one, but it's a little bit heavier in the formulation of it. Like, it will clog my pores just a touch more than the Physicians Formula. The Physicians Formula one, I feel I can wear all day, every day, and I don't really get that issue. Anything else gives me a little bit of problems. This doesn't really give me that many problems, just in comparison with Physicians Formula, it does cause a little bit of cloggage. The way that this one wears is very velvety, satiny, so it's not like a velvet matte where it's just matte on your face, but it's just very, very nice. I used to really like the Pro Glow one, even though I do get oily in this area, but this is like the best formula between their Pro Matte and their Pro Glow. They did come out with this after those two, and this was a great marriage between the two. I feel like this foundation is just really, really great for everyday and a little bit heavier wear, but it's really nice on the face and it lasts a really long time. I wouldn't know if it's 24 hours. I actually wouldn't say it's 24 hours. It does fade a lot throughout the day as well. That's to keep in mind with most of the foundations, but that's going to be the type that I like. I like foundations that fade, but I don't expect my makeup to last 24 hours, so I just let it fade on its own, take off the day, and go to bed. Both this one and the Physicians Formula do have sunscreen in them. I always recommend putting sunscreen on before your foundation regardless, because you would need like the entire bottle of this for it to actually have some sun protection. The next one that I have is a little bit newer to me. It's not that new to me. I've been wearing it for a while, but definitely the newest out of all the foundations that I'm going to show today. And I do have a wear test on this and my first impression on this. It'll be linked over here and down below. This is the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup Healthy Glow with Vitamin Complex and Cranberry Water. And I have it in the shade 20 Nude. I know that the shade range of this sucks. They should come out with more shades and their shade range should be larger, but this is the 20 Fresh Nude, and it works for me. Hopefully there's a shade that works for you, because I really, really do like this one. It's a breathable texture with wake up effect, letting your skin feel healthy and glowy. I really do like the way this one looks. Again, a lightweight formula and a lightweight finish. It looks very like dewy, natural looking, like lit from within type of a glow that I really do enjoy. It's also got some vitamins in here, which are great. It contains the vitamin B3, vitamin E, Pro Vitamin B5, and cranberry water, and it claims to be medium to high coverage, but I don't agree with that. I think it's light to medium coverage, but you can build it up definitely to a medium, and it builds up really nicely as well. And again, for me, the most important factor is that it just fades throughout the day really nicely. Next thing in here is another raved and loved one by many far and wide. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation for normally to oily skin. I know a lot of people with dry skin even like this one as opposed to the glowy one that they had, the dewy one that they had, because this formula is very, very nice and lightweight. I don't know what it claims to be, if it claims to be high coverage, because it's not. I know a lot of matte foundations will more likely be high coverage. Claims to mattify and refine pores. It definitely mattifies. Again, just a little bit of clogging in my pores, not too big of a deal. And it says matches natural tone. If you pick out the right tone and then it's a natural seamless finish, definitely agree with that. So it's not saying anything about it being heavy or full coverage or anything on coverage actually at all, but that's what I would say. It's definitely more of a medium coverage, and it just wears really, really nicely. I did put this on 12 times, so you can see that in my ranking my makeup sponges video. If you just want to see how this wears and how this looks, it looks really nice. Also, you'll be able to see how it wears and looks with different sponges. Picking my top 5 was very, very difficult because lately I have been absolutely obsessed with drugstore foundations. So it was really, really difficult for me to pick this 5th one. There was a tie and I had to do a tiebreaker. So I was originally going to put in the LA Girl Pro Matte HD foundation, but it is a little bit clogging, definitely way more matte and way more heavy of a foundation than I typically enjoy, so I did have to put this one first. So this is my top 5. This is the CoverGirl TruBlend Matte Made. For someone who doesn't really like matte foundations, it's really interesting that I do have 2 matte ones in there, but again, the Maybelline one isn't exactly matte. It just looks very naturally like a velvet natural matte type of a look. This one I find will wear all day long, so this one I'll grab when I feel like I want to use something all day. But lately I have been using a higher end one for all day makeup, but when I want to be a little bit budget friendly, I'll grab this one. This is in the shade L90 and it claims to be a 12-hour wear. I think that's pretty right. It claims to be transfer resistant. I don't really find that that's the case with most foundations, with most makeup, and it does claim to be a comfort matte, which I absolutely agree with, because I don't think I would wear it if it wasn't a comfortable matte. If it was super drying, it would be bad for me in certain areas. Again, I do have KP down here, the Polaris, I don't know how to say it, Ketosis Polaris. But I do have that down there, so it is a little bit drier in this area. I have it on my arms as well. It's also known as chicken skin, so I do have that, so a little bit of dryness, so I don't like anything too dry. Again, mattes will always clog my pores a little bit more than other foundations as well, but this one's actually really, really nice. It does claim to be oil free. The first time I wore this, I had a big problem with it. I absolutely hated it, and I did not think I would ever wear it again, but I did try it again just because I hate to let my makeup go to waste. I will find other ways to use the makeup product if I don't like it the way it's intentionally made or whatever, yada yada yada. So I did try it again, and then I actually really, really enjoyed it. My first problem with it was that when you put it on, I'm assuming that because it's matte, there's like little balls of powder inside, so it looks like your makeup's pilling. So when you go in and like add foundation and try to layer it and it starts pilling, that's essentially what it starts to look like, but in little ball forms instead of little like rubbed off skin forms. The way I get around that issue is I actually brush it on with a brush first to make sure those powder pustules are all broken up, and then I'll go over with a makeup sponge because I just like to finish up a makeup sponge better. Also because of the wet makeup sponge and going over it, it makes it a little bit lighter, so it fades throughout the day a little bit better and just is more of the consistency that I like laying on top of my skin. Those were my updated top 5 drugstore foundations. I do have a lot of other foundations that I still really, really like, especially the ones that I did mention in my older one, but with the new drugstore foundations coming out, they are just killing it, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm gonna try to go back in and do more of these top 5 videos that I said I was gonna do and made a whole freaking playlist for, so you should see some videos like that coming up soon. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you will subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.